Okay, so it's a little high.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to be trial test number 3 here for us.
37.
37. So we've been trying this out. We're going to try this one a little quicker, so you guys don't have to watch like an hour-long video of us talking junk. So this is going to be a podcast for our league called The League on YahooSports.com with about 12 of us in it. A couple of close friends and some oddballs in there. So we're just going to go over the matchups for week 1 here and talk about tips and tricks we can help with you.
Take turns each team.
All right. So first matchup we got is Nickel Dak, which is Erica's team, Cody's wifey, and then versus Easy Desert, who is Beth, one of the new people in our league. And Wes, if you watch this with her, you're going to be in the league next year somehow. We'll figure it out. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to start breaking down my woman's team, Nickel Dak. She starts out, obviously, as the name indicates, with the quarterback Dak Prescott going up against the New York Giants in the Dome. I don't see where playing Prescott can go wrong. He might have a few bad games this year. You don't know when they're going to be. Just go ahead and play him. Yahoo has him at around 17 points. I don't care about projections. They're just averages that sway either way quite a bit. What he's going to do against the New York Giants defense, I don't know. They are at home. Are they going to be with Zeke or not?
That's the question.
That's the question. But I think he'll be fine either way, at least throwing to the backup running back, whoever that's going to be, probably McFadden. Receivers, we got Michael Crabtree and Devontae Adams. They're both not number ones as her top 2 receivers. I'm not in love with that. Crabtree, I think is going to take a little bit step back because Amari Cooper is going to do much better this year. However, Derek Carr is the man, so maybe there'll be enough to go around. He was a touchdown guy.
He is a touchdown guy. That's why I like him.
But they do have Marshawn Lynch this year. Uh-oh. Let's keep going. We got DeMarco Murray and Todd Gurley. This is where she's going to rack up points. Todd Gurley, he had the sophomore slump. It's a thing. Look it up. Todd Gurley versus Indy. He's going to destroy Indy. It's not even going to be close. They're going to be running the ball because they're not going to be up against Andrew Luck, who's out week 1. Gurley's going to put up tons of yards, at least 1 touchdown. DeMarco Murray, he catches the ball. It's going to be a shootout versus Tennessee and Oakland. DeMarco Murray's getting plenty of targets. Hopefully he'll catch them. Probably a touchdown. Jimmy Graham. Hopefully we see Jimmy Graham in his New Orleans form.
If you do, then
I wouldn't mind. That's how he needs to be used. He is such a big, versatile target. He's not going to block, so why is he on your team if he's not going to be in the Gronk realm? We'll see how it goes. We got to see week 1 in order to judge what Jimmy Graham's going to be doing this year, what the scheme fits for him. Flex, we got Jordan Matthews. I like it this week simply because he's up against the Jets. And who else is Buffalo going to throw to? Zay Jones? Maybe in the future, but not yet. That's on an all-right flex in the 12-man league. Not talking about kicker. Minnesota's defense up against New Orleans. Do not play defenses up against New Orleans. All right, take the other side.
So other side, you got Matthew Stafford. Well, for Bet there, good news is he just got paid a lot of money. So he might be like on a really high, and he'll do good against this Arizona defense that passing-wise does not give up a lot. I think they're good. It's just it might not be his greatest first week opener. I'm probably projecting him closer to probably like 15-14. He's not gonna throw up a goose egg, but 15-14.
Negative.
But good news is you got Antonio Brown right after that playing against the Cleveland Browns, which is kind of like having a NASCAR in a bicycle race. So I'm you got to be pretty happy with that. I mean, he's projected at 20, which I mean it seems high, but for Antonio Brown, that's like average. Against the Cleveland Browns, I think I'd probably even put him closer to 25, maybe 30 points if he catches a couple of touchdowns in there for you. Dez Bryant, who I'm not like the biggest fan of because he's a little bitch, but he's an athlete. He's an athlete, and he is playing on a team where Ezekiel Elliott might not be playing. They're gonna need places to score with. Red zone targets. If it's not Jason Witten, who I project will be the main guy that day for passing, then he could get some points. But I think he is touchdown dependent, even against the Giants in a dome. Then you got Leonard Fournette at running back. I like Fournette. I like his talent capabilities. His ceiling is high for the year. But for the first week matchup against Houston, that's going to be rough. That's going to be the first hard one for a rookie to come out on. Houston's run defense is stout. So I'm not a huge fan. I'm not big on playing him that week. Then you got Ty Montgomery against Seattle. We've talked about this, that it could possibly be a shootout, that game. I don't think Seattle's defense is where it used to be. And Ty Montgomery is going to catch a lot of passes out of the backfield, I think. So PPR-wise, I'm not totally upset with that. Then you got Dole at tight end for Indianapolis. Andrew Luck not playing, as far as we can tell. So that tight end, actually anybody that's supposed to be catching the ball on the Indianapolis Colts offense, you might as well just change him out for somebody else if Andrew Luck is not playing, because that's how bad it gets. But then you got my boy, you got my one and love, Keenan Allen, for the Los Angeles Chargers, who I think is going to be, as usual, if he doesn't get hurt, which he's not going to this year, he will be a PPR monster, absolute monster. Because Phillip Rivers and him, they've had something since he's got there, and he just destroys. Yeah, and even against Denver's defense, who is pretty good, I think Melvin Gordon gets lower, not the wide receivers. I think the wide receivers might actually get up because they won't be able to run the ball as well, so they're going to be throwing the ball a lot. Again, kicker's going to kick a ball. That's all I'm going to tell you about that one. And then Arizona's defense, love it. I actually do love it, but you're playing them with your quarterback, which you don't need to do, Beth. You don't need to do. Okay.
All right. Any tips we can give to either of these? We'll take a quick peek at the bench. On Erica's side, she has Zach Ertz up against Washington. Might be a play she can make. I personally like Taylor Gabriel. He'll never get enough love from Yahoo or ESPN or any.
10 points. I mean, that's not bad.
10 points. Yeah, that's not too bad. But
him.
What he can do, and I think that's what it is. The standard deviation of what he can do is what kills his projection.
Okay, and then for me, me personally, I probably take out one, find a different defense, or if you want to go pick up a different quarterback, you can do that. But either play Arizona's defense or play Stafford. Don't play both. And then I'd probably see if I'd look into taking out Fournette and putting in Kelly. I think Kelly's just going to have a better chance at scoring more points purely because of the matchup. Robert Kelly versus Philadelphia, I'll take before Fournette over Houston. All right. And drop Jamal Williams. He no longer plays in the NFL.
All right. Next matchup, we got our boy Ethan. Reggie's Roughnecks up against the newbie Brandon B. Swizz.
Change your name, Ethan. Change your name.
Yeah, new names every year. New names. Be creative. All right, so Reggie Roughneck, reigning champion. Let's take a look at his team this year. Cam Newton, quarterback, up against San Fran. Cam Newton, I like him. He runs the ball. He passes the ball. He's got him some new targets. Up against San Fran, he's going to be just fine. But I do think they're going to surround this game around the rookie Christian McCaffrey. They're going to want to show him off, and I think he's going to show out. You got amazing receivers. You got a duo of A.J. Green and Amari Cooper. Might be the best duo at wide receiver in the league.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Close. I think mine might be a little bit better.
Because sometimes they can not do so great, but they can go off. They can go off. Especially A.J. Green can go off. He's up against Baltimore. We'll see. This is a new year. And Amari Cooper versus Tennessee. I'm telling you right now, Oakland versus Tennessee is going to be a shootout. Amari Cooper's getting 2 touchdowns. So, yeah, definite advantage there in the receiving core. Then you take a hit. I'm not in love with Lamar Miller. He is against Jacksonville this week. This will be his best week of the year. Lamar Miller, C.J. Anderson versus the Chargers. They're both going to be just fine with the PPR going on. But then we hit Eric Ebron. Maybe you're just crossing your fingers, hoping to get lucky and that he's actually going to be what his skill set should be. I don't think it's going to be the case. Not against Arizona, not against anybody this year. Probably end up dropping him. Jarvis Landry is your flex. Jarvis Landry, I hate Jay Cutler. So Jarvis Landry will still somehow figure out a way to get his, but I don't think many games he'll go off at all. And he will have some bad ones when he doesn't get enough targets. Touchdowns, don't count on him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about a kicker. Then you got Oakland defense versus Tennessee. Khalil Mack's a beast. So Oakland's defense is going to be okay. But like I said, don't expect much. Don't expect them to skunk them because it's going to be a shootout at Tennessee. All right, go.
Okay, so on the opposite side of that, you got Derek Carr, my boy over here, his favorite quarterback of the year. Great dude. I think he's talented as all get out. And I do think he has a great game. So, I mean, I don't really have much to say to that. Like, he's got Amari Cooper. He's got Michael Crabtree. He's going to have DeAndre Washington come out of the backfield to throw to. And he's going to have, like, a decent Marshawn Lynch goal line carry here and there that he's going to be able to depend on. So, I think it's a shootout. Honestly, when I say shootout, I mean, I think Oakland scores a bunch of points and Tennessee struggles. But that's just me. Then you got Alshon Jeffries. Not a fan. Brandon Swizz. Not a fan. Alshon is a great player, but he's playing them like there's probably 4 other quarterbacks in the league that are worse than Carson Wentz. I'm not a fan of Carson Wentz. I'm not a fan of that Philadelphia offense, period. So luckily, I mean, they are playing Washington, who's not known for a great defense, but this could be ugly. This could be ugly. Then Kelvin Benjamin, you know me, Carolina. I love him. I think he's a little touchdown dependent in this game. Because they're going to be throwing, like you said, throwing McCaffrey the ball a lot, getting him out there, getting him used to it. So I think Kelvin Benjamin's going to be a little touchdown dependent in this game, but I don't hate to play against that kind of defense. Then you got Melvin Gordon versus Denver. Melvin Gordon's a great player. He's going to be great for you all year. This might be his worst week. Starting out, just their offense might not be completely clicking yet. Offensive line might not be ready for that Denver defense that's always run stout. Jordan Howard, normally I would love this pick as well against Atlanta, but Atlanta's defense has increased. But PPR, Jordan Howard's still going to get you in that 10 to 12 range off of PPR. You know, if he gets a touchdown, then it goes up. So, and then Tyler Eifert, again, just like Eric Ebron, touchdown dependent guy as they come. But you know, if he's not hurting, then after AJ, that is his next favorite target. So you got a chance there. Once it gets in the red zone, just watch it and cross your fingers.
Good third down guy. Ebron's not even a third down guy. Ebron's trash.
Yeah. And then LeGarrette Blount. Me and you've already talked about this, Swindle, and Ethan, if you're listening. I can't wait to prove you guys right. LeGarrette Blount is garbage. He's garbage. Got 18 touchdowns last year. There's no way. I would bet my life savings that doesn't happen again. He doesn't play well in the scheme. Philadelphia does not know how to use a running back like this.
Does he get double-digit touchdowns?
No, not at all. I honestly think Smallwood ends up getting more carries a game than he does. Okay. LeGarrette Blount might get the goal line carries. So, yeah. He might, if he gets a touchdown in this game, congrats to you. You won the lottery. Because that's all he's going to get. Because when he plays in this game, this game is not built for him. The stretch plays are not built for him at all. So I'm not going to rant too long, but the dude sucks at this. Okay? So not talking about kickers. Carolina defense. Again, it's Carolina defense versus San Francisco. I'm a little higher on San Francisco's offense this year. If this was last year's San Francisco, I would think Carolina's like probably the second best defense of the week. But you know, they're going to get they might get their 6. I think what they project is probably about right. 6, maybe a little more. I'd say high 8, low 5.
All right, can we help out their teams at all? I'm looking at Adrian Peterson. Chris Hogan is the only one that I would want to put in. You'd have to put him in over Jarvis Landry. So,
well,
I would wait and see. But I like Chris Hogan if he can run the routes. If he can run the routes, I like Chris Hogan. And
my boy already talked about how much he hates Jay Cutler, and we might hate Jay Cutler because the dude is just somehow is talented but dumb as a box of rocks. Because he'll throw into triple coverage if he likes his player. On that note, there's proven fact the dude likes tall, fast guys, a.k.a. Devontae Parker. He used to love your boy Alshon Jeffries up here. And I'd honestly just switch those two out this week. I'm telling you right now, Devontae Parker, if not this game...
You put him in for Blunt instead.
Oh, yeah, put him in for Blunt. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I put him in for Blunt. You know, leave Alshon in there if you want to. I take Blunt out and put Parker in there. Because Parker is going to be Jay Cutler's favorite target.
Since you were in love with him, you could have played Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. We're not going to talk about how dumb y'all were in the draft. I feel with you.
We might later in the special.
Yeah.
But not right now. We're just getting through breaking down this week of teams. Next, we got Mother Buccaneers, my brother Chris, and my father, Alan. Alan's awesome team.
Great name, by the way. Just great.
I'll be breaking down Chris's team, Mother Buccaneers. He starts out with Jameis Winston, who he took a little early in the draft.
Early, so
4 rounds early.
Third round.
4 rounds early is
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm saying.
Okay.
Took Jameis Winston, but he's matched up with Mike Evans. That's who you like. That's who you're going with. If you think that's going to be the best quarterback wide receiver duo in the league, maybe you're right. You went with it. So I don't mind. Jameis Winston isn't a bad quarterback this year. They're going up against Miami. Weather permitting is showing that it's red. I don't think we're too worried about weather, but Jameis Winston, he'll do average. Mike Evans, he might get extra targets, extra catches to do well. We'll see. Brandon Marshall's your second receiver, though. As a number 2 receiver, I'm not in love with Brandon Marshall. Who knows what he's going to do this year? He might be a player that you drop at the end of the year. He might be a top 10 receiver, depending on what that Giants offense is going to do. They keep having these group of core receivers that you think is going to be amazing. And you think Eli Manning's going to turn into the superhero, but Eli's like, nope, I'm not going to do any better. I'm just going to make some of you guys suck.
Exactly.
So the pickup of Brandon Marshall, what's it going to do? Is it going to elevate Eli's game? Is Brandon Marshall just going to turn to dust? We will see. 2 big egos on that team now, too.
Mm-hmm.
Christian McCaffrey and Joe Mixon are your running backs. We love them both, right?
Oh, yeah.
I love Christian McCaffrey. I think you might like Joe Mixon.
I do. I like
even, but they're
rookies.
both
They're
rookies. You're relying on 2 rookies. I don't like the risk there. It could be a good payday. You did take McCaffrey in the 2nd round,
which we don't. I mean, hey man, you love a guy, but there's also like, when's everybody else gonna try to take him?
When can I steal him?
That's a tip for next year, Chris. Just because you love a guy, don't take him first.
Right, but hey, we'll see this year. Maybe we'll prove us all wrong. McCaffrey and Mixon, like I said, McCaffrey's going to do great in this game. I think they're going to want to showcase what McCaffrey can do. Mixon is a big question mark to me. I don't know how he's going to play. If there is no Giovanni Bernard, then Joe Mixon could be a every down back. Jeremy Hill with a change of pace, which will make Joe Mixon highly wanted, highly valued.
Mm-hmm.
Your tight end right now is Evan Ingram, which isn't, a bad play, but I feel like he needs to catch a touchdown. But then again, when you look around the league, there's 4 or 5 tight ends that we really expect to do well. Evan Ingram isn't one, so maybe you got something here. If you get 10 points off him, that's fantastic. Your flex is Sammy Watkins up against Indiana. I for one, want to see what he's going to do. You can take the gamble on him. It is Sammy Watkins. Love Sammy Watkins. But I don't know how he's going to perform. I haven't seen it yet. One, I do not like the quarterback. Do not like the Rams quarterback. Jared Goff is trash. I'll talk about the kicker, Matt Bryant. He's fantastic. Use him, especially in the Super Bowl. You're that close. You run the ball and you kick with your kicker.
Only one we'll talk about.
And then we got Kansas City's defense. Great defense, not against New England. Change it.
All right, old man Allen. Let's talk about you, brother. All right, so Drew Brees, great pick. I saw you in the draft. You was playing a little smart because you picked up Andrew Luck as a backup real late. I like that a lot. But anyways, so you got Drew Brees in the dome against Minnesota. We talked about this earlier. Like, there's not too many other quarterbacks you can take in a dome that is better. There's actually, I don't know if there's one that's proven to be better anyways. So Drew Brees is going to get a lot of points this game. This could possibly be a big shootout of the week, I think, between them and Minnesota. Michael Thomas, you got that combo going. So that's going to be good because that's what's supposed to be his number 1 receiver. We shall see. I don't think he's that talented, but again, it's Drew Brees throwing the ball, PPR. He's going to get some points. Dante Moncrief, this is where it gets kind of iffy. Andrew Luck's not playing. Dante Moncrief is touchdown dependent. And anybody else that throws for the Colts never seems to do anything. So it's hard to be a fan of Dante Moncrief right now. But we'll talk about that in a second when I get to your bench. So you got Terrence West at Baltimore at running back. I think Terrence West is a talented dude. He could have a big role in this offense this year if Danny Woodhead doesn't prove him to be a great out of the backfield guy. If his injuries still keep happening, so I like Terrence West. Cincinnati's defense is going to be good, and that's always a pretty good game. Baltimore and Cincinnati, all those AFC North teams play each other close. So I think the projection is about right. I think you get about 10 points out of him if he gets a touchdown. You could be looking a little higher because I think they might have to use him a lot for the game because I don't think they'll be able to throw the ball. CJ Prosise at Seattle. It's a running back mix up over there. It's all going to kind of be on which one works best at the beginning, I think. Prosise is going to catch more balls for sure out of the backfield than any of the other ones. So in PPR, I think he's your better play. So good job on that one. And Cody thinks it's going to be a shootout. So if we go by that notion, I think you might have a good chance here at getting more than 10 points. Martellus Bennett for Green Bay. Martellus Bennett is one of the greatest I won't say greatest, but a great tight end that we've watched. And he always seems to have like 1 or 2, 3 really big games throughout the season, and then casually do okay. I think he's just got too many mouths to feed. Aaron Rodgers does over there at Green Bay. I just don't think he gets used as much as people think he does. Now this game could be totally different, but I'm not looking at 12 points. I think you might get 5 or 6, to be honest with you. Then you got Devontae Freeman, who, just like any Atlanta player right now, I am really high on going up against Chicago because that's just going to be it's going to be like playing flag football out there for them. It's going to be ugly. So he could score you 16 or he could score you 25. I don't see anything lower than 16, to be honest with you. If he's catching balls like he should, and they don't run up the score so much that he doesn't get the whole 4 quarters. That'd probably be my only worry with that one. Not going to talk about your kicker, who I've actually never heard of. And then New York in the Dome at Dallas. New York's defense is kind of like one of those 50-50 balls. They somehow have a good game, and then sometimes they shit the bed. So we'll see about that. If Ezekiel doesn't play, you got a better chance, I guess. But you might. So if you go down to your bench, I'll talk about this bench first. I'd probably play New England's defense on a Thursday night game. At New England over New York, just because, that's just, I think, a clear advantage. And I might even, Larry Fitt. I'd probably put Larry Fitt in there over Moncrief for sure. I think that's you almost at least guaranteed maybe a touchdown. So. And
for Chris, you need to take out Evan Ingram and put in Jason Witten. Jason Witten's going to do much better than him. The only reason Evan Ingram might have, you might want to play him is if you don't think Jason Witten is going to go off, and Ingram's ceiling could be higher because they can't game plan for someone that they've really never seen before. Who knows? Winston's up against Miami. Big Ben versus Cleveland. I think Big Ben's safer in this case.
Agreed.
All right. Oh, jeez. This is a lot easier when we had an 8-man league.
All
right, let's speed this up here. I'm going to talk about Suck My Johnsons. Blake, change your team. You need something new. You are running with, I will just list the entire team, Russell Wilson, Jordy Nelson, and Martavis Bryant at receiver. You got Marshawn Lynch and Danny Woodhead as your running backs. You got Rob Gronk at the tight end, and Terrell Pryor running your flex. Not a bad flex. Not a bad beginning wide receiver duo with Nelson and Martavis Bryant, especially with Bryant going up against Cleveland. He might get that long ball. One catch is what it's going to take for him. I hate Marshawn Lynch all year.
That's his least favorite player of the year.
All year. You hate LeGarrette Blount.
I hate LeGarrette Blount.
I do not like Marshawn. Don't get me wrong. He is amazing, but Oakland's learning to pass the ball and pass the ball very well. Marshawn Lynch isn't going to be the man. Danny Woodhead in Baltimore, you might want to reminisce with Ray Rice. Danny Woodhead could be that for them. Wait and see. That's about my only comment. I'll go ahead and say who I would switch in. I don't believe you have anyone. Your team's garbage.
Your boy Willie Snead suspended.
When I say I hate Marshawn Lynch and I can't replace anyone because you also have Thomas Rawls, who's garbage. Like, come on, man.
Thielen.
Adam
You take
Thielen. But the only reason most weeks I'm gonna take Adam Thielen with Minnesota up against New Orleans. Yeah, I'm gonna take him this week too, even though Martavis Bryant is gonna be his best week
PPR
against Cleveland. But I'd put Thielen in for him.
You got to.
You got Seattle's defense against Green Bay. Seattle's defense is great, but up against Green Bay, that's
Aaron Rodgers
not going to be pretty.
So, all right, here we go, Matt. Matt Ryan against Chicago, gold. Like I've already talked about, that's going to be easy. Ty, just like Moncrief, if Andrew Luck isn't playing, which at this point it doesn't
You're out of
luck. He is. That's bad. And with Emmanuel Sanders, I mean, he occasionally has okay games with these quarterbacks they keep throwing in it at Denver. If Osweiler starts or if Simeon starts, it won't be horrible, but I can't support him all the way through the year. I think you need to look into something else there. Then David Johnson, obvious, like that's a guaranteed minimum 15 points. I think you get probably double that.
Pissed if I got 15 points.
Yeah, you're gonna be mad if you get 15, but I think you can safely say that's a minimum, and you probably could double that against Detroit's defense. And then Jay Ajayi against Tampa Bay's defense, I think has a little upside, maybe because, like I said, Jay Cutler's just getting in there, and if he starts doing bad, which could easily happen, then they're going to just run the ball and try not to let Jay Cutler throw interceptions because he's prone to do that. All right. And you got Kyle Rudolph against New Orleans. Not a bad matchup, so, you could end up doing good in that one. Then Pierre Garçon, I personally love a lot, PPR-wise. I think he's the man there this year. I think he's in the top 15 in wide receivers. So, great matchup. I mean, not like the greatest matchup, but it'll work out good. Then Denver defense, can't go wrong starting them. So,
anybody you would put in? Got Lacey, Decker.
I don't think I really changed anything out for Matt particularly. Rashard Matthews. If you have a particular favorite between Eric Decker and Rashard Matthews for Tennessee, if you think you know which one is going to get more targets, I'd throw him over Ty.
Yeah, I'm taking Ty out. They got him listed at 15 points.
There's no way he scores 15 points if Andrew Luck doesn't play.
He's not. All right, final matchup. In the future, we'll probably only discuss, for each team who we love on that team. We'll each do it for every team. We'll talk about the one person we love on that team that week and the one person we would replace and who we would replace them with.
Yeah.
This week we're just kind of wanting to go over full teams, because this is week one, kind of give you a basis of who has who and how awful their team really is. Lastly, though, we have Lick My Bulbasaur, which is Rob and Jeremy's team. Jeremy, set your lineup. You got 3 days.
3 days, bro.
You know what happens if you don't.
This is crazy.
Lick My Bulbasaur. We start with Tom Brady. Receivers, we got Demaryius Thomas and Randall Cobb. Running the ball, we got LaShawn McCoy and Amir Abdullah. We got Jordan Reed in the tight end position and Ted Ginn as the flex. Brady all day, every day. Can't go wrong. It don't matter who he's playing. I'm going to take him because he could go off for however many points he wants to. Demaryius Thomas is the number one on his team, but he's no better than Emmanuel Sanders. I'm not in love with him. He could get 30. He could get 3. Then we get Randall Cobb. Who's going to get the ball? Him or Devontae Adams? I would. He's not on my team. Put it that way. Never. Even if you drop him. LaShawn McCoy is going to tear up the Jets. That's enough. He's 50% of their plays. Amir Abdullah, PPR, might get some stuff against Arizona if they can't move the ball. Jordan Reed. He's good as long as he don't get hurt. He's wonderful as long as he don't get hurt. Doesn't matter. Take in, long ball, good luck. Atlanta's defense versus Chicago. I like it. All right, now.
So, Jeremy, I'm going to try to do yours as I would set it up because I'm assuming I can guess at least a couple of So, great news is we get an Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady matchup week 1, which is awesome. So, Aaron Rodgers, good to go. Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins. Julio guaranteed right there. That's a win. DeAndre Hopkins, I'm 50-50. Like it's just the offense. The offense there, you never know. I think he could score. He could score 20. He could score 10. Okay. Carlos Hyde, man, I'm big on him this year. Good job getting that guy, and I still think he gets his points even against Carolina. I like that offense. Bilal Powell, just like Sean McCoy, he's going to be the center of that offense because there's literally no one else there. It's so bad.
No one.
So, and Matt Forte's getting shot around. So the dude's, that's a really good. We've talked about this. You might have the best running back combo besides his if Ezekiel Elliott plays. So that's a bonus.
No one has better than I do. Period.
I said besides yours. Delanie Walker, if it's a shootout like Cody over here thinks, that'd be a great play. That Tennessee offense, I just never trust. So, but hopefully it works out for you. And then your flex, right now it would have you listed as Jeremy Maclin, which, I mean, not horrible, but that Joe Flacco situation, you just don't know how good he's going to be coming out the gate since he hasn't got to play all season or all preseason. So I might even put in Jonathan Stewart there just for a possible goal line, or Tyler Lockett because now he's down there. And then Houston defense against Jacksonville is a great play.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I like it. All right, now we're going to we've got about 2 minutes time to take up. There they are. Winners.
We won't do a winner and loser for us. So Nickel Dak versus Easy Desert. I think we agree that probably Beth has such a big upside on the wide receiver angle.
It's very close.
It's close. I think I'm still giving that one to Beth.
I liked Erica in that one though.
So all right, so we're split on that one.
Yep.
All right, you got Reggie and Brandon. Brandon, your team just sucks.
Brandon needs
so
to fix
Ethan,
LeGarrette Blunt out.
Ethan,
probably.
Ethan, you got that one.
Mother Buccaneer versus Allen.
I'm gonna give Allen that one because Drew Brees at Minnesota. That's gonna be a lot of points on his side.
Yep. Suck my Johnsons versus Madkins.
I'm
not in love with either of these.
This one, I think the QB could end up winning you the game. Matt Ryan's gonna do better than Russell Wilson at Green Bay.
I think the big play potential from Blake's team will win it for him. Hilton's not going to do anything.
My thing is you got Matt Ryan and David Johnson.
He's got David Johnson,
and
but
I think you even got Pierre Garçon considered as like probably 3 really high potential there. The only person on that team that could go off. Is
but he's got Marshawn Lynch. Blake,
yeah.
You're done.
Yeah, I think Nelson and Gronk are your only 2 possible like helpers on that side right for this week.
And then if Jeremy sets his team, I like Jeremy over Rob.
Yeah, I do too because Aaron Rodgers is going to get his, so him and Tom Brady might cancel each other out. But wide receiver wise, Julio is going to take over. Probably scores as many points as Demaryius and Randall Cobb combined this week.
And Ted Ginn. All 3 of them.
And then Carlos Hyde will hopefully cancel out LaShawn McCoy for you. So there you go.
Yep. And then next time we're on here, he'll probably be crying because my team's going to obliterate him.
You guys can leave in the comment section who you guys will think win our matchup. We're not going to talk about it because, it'll just end up being us telling us the other one's going to win. So, all right. Thank you guys for listening. Let us know what you thought.